Hello everyone. If you think that building a community from ground zero is very easy, it is not. It is the most difficult part, and especially if you are not backed with the brand name. I have been there, I have seen that the pain, because most of the companies and people prefer to support the companies which are backed by the brand names. Little bit about me. My name is Neha Sharma. I'm a full stack developer. I'm from India. I am the organizer of JSLovers meetup group. One disclaimer, I will be using the meetup and community word as an interchangeable because my own community is on meetup.com. So sometimes I say meetup, sometimes I say community. And I'm an accidental speaker. How? I will share that too. This is my Twitter handle. If you want to follow and see my tech tweets, my community tweets, you can. I started my journey with my community JSLovers, which is JavaScript lovers, 3 years back. And after that, I started believing in this. Best thing happened to you when they are unplanned, mostly. Because JSLovers were not so planned, but I started doing, and most awesome thing happened to me. Before that, this is my team approx 5 years back. As you can see, I'm the only female. I was having two troubles at that time. I moved to a senior level at that time, and I was not able to see a lot of females at the senior role. I was not able to get a mentor for myself in my city. The second problem was we all developers in my city, we were more focused towards our job. We were not into collaboration. We are not into sharing. Our focus is only our job, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Apart from that, we were not interested in anything. And I started actually saying these things. Learn something new every day for yourself. Just not for your company, not for your job, just for yourself. So what I did. So I was just going around looking for mentors, looking for senior females in tech field, and I was not able to get single female in tech industry in my city. So I was just talking to one of my colleagues. I knew about meetup.com platform, and I just bounced the idea, would you be interested in sharing our knowledge with the other people who are new in this IT world? And my colleague was like, yeah, I can do it, because he was a trained speaker. So I said, okay. On the same day, in the evening, sitting in a cafe, I built my meetup page, I picked this domain, and my event was up. And my journey from a developer to community builder started. So we were 2 members, we were having 1 chapter, 0 sponsor, and no experience of running a community. I was having no idea that how I'm going to do it. But after 3 years, here we are. Now, we have done... Oh, sorry. Technical glitch. Sorry. So, after 3 years, this is the stats. We have done more than 55 meetups in my city. We have more than 3 chapters in India. In Delhi itself, we have 2,700 members. Out of that, 85% people are very active, and we have 25 plus sponsors. And not only this, we are the first community who become the part of the Google Developer Program from Delhi, and we are the first most active community from India to be the part of that program. So yes, it was a very big achievement for us. But was it easy? Not at all. I was having a full-time job. Although I'm not married, but I have my parents whom I have to, I live with them. The culture of India is very different. So my first trouble started with my family. When I told them that this is what I'm trying to do, my father's reaction was, I told you, become a teacher after schooling, but you were like that, no, you want to study computers and everything. Now you have a stable job, you are earning a good, now you want to teach people free of cost by paying for the venue and everything by your pocket. You are stupid. And I was like, no, Dad, it's not like that. It is not teacher's job. It is like mentoring and helping others. And From there, my fight with my family started. And every weekend when I'm stepping out of my home for doing my meetup, I used to have a big fight with my family. Why you are doing this? This is waste of time. They are not able to understand. Or not even my family, my friends were also used to make joke of me. So many of my friends stopped following me on Facebook because my whole feed was full of the meetups, tech stuff and everything. And I was like, okay, whatever. So today in the morning when I was entered in conference area, I actually tweeted, I'm sorry, I will be shamelessly filling your feeds with the JSConf tweet, so bear with it. So my first trouble was that, but I didn't give up because I knew what I am doing and I was very focused. So what worked? How we reached to this level? Know your tribe. You need to know that in which city you are running your committee, you need to understand the culture. So in Delhi, if you are doing any meetup or any event during weekdays, it will never ever work. Only on weekends, people come out of their home to attend any event. And for that, you need to do a lot of hard work. Apart from that, you need to know your members and your tech industry. So when I started JSLovers, at that time, Angular 1 just launched. So people were just running behind Angular. They were having no idea that they need to also learn JavaScript. There were few developers who came to me and asked me that, should we just learn Angular and frameworks, or is it important to learn JavaScript? At that moment, I decided to do the first meetup on JavaScript only, no framework, nothing. And that actually helped me a lot because there were a lot of people who just started their career by a framework and they were no idea about the basics. So whenever you are starting something, please know your city, your culture, your tribe. Logistic. I was ready for the events, I was ready for the meetup, but my city was not. There was not a single place available in my city where I can have 30 people with Wi-Fi and projector. I actually struggled 2 months to get a venue, and I ended up having my first meetup at a cafe, which was at a party zone. And I was like, what? And that was not even the closed door venue. So whenever we were doing coding, a lot of people were just coming in and asking, can we get the table? And we used to say that, oh, sorry, this is a closed door event. Today we are closed. So it was very troubling. But before that, the most trouble part of that venue is my parents used to think that I'm lying because on weekend I'm going to such a party happening place. So they used to assume that I'm just going out to, have fun with my friends. As a result, I have to spend extra money to record whole sessions, to take the pictures and go back and show my parents, see, I'm not partying, I'm actually doing something relevant. So this is how the logistics were very tricky there. And with the speakers also. For a whole 1 year, we were not able to get an outsider speaker. Reason, we were not a brand name. Developers used to come. They used to love it, like it, but they were hesitant to come on the stage and share their knowledge. So, no worries. I became an accidental speaker because of that, because I started giving the sessions there. But now, after 3 years, I have so many speakers sending their slides requesting, but now I don't have the time to, bring every speaker on the stage. So this is how I never give up. When I was not able to get a speaker, I took that responsibility. I learned stuff, I stand on the stage, I gave the session. So logistic is very important. You need to work on the logistic. The first venue, although it was at a very funny place, but the best part is it was very accessible by the public transport. Because I'm a female, I'm an organizer, I know the pain of every female who is traveling on weekend to particular venue. Delhi is not a transport-friendly space. So the plus point become, as a female, when I was organizing, I was already taking care of these things by myself. Community. This is the most funny part because when I decided to start Meetup, I was preparing myself that a lot of people will be asking tech questions, but nope. No one was aware of what is Meetup, what is community, and people was just filling my messages with what are you trying to do. They were not able to understand that why a girl is on every weekend doing free meetups, sharing her knowledge and not charging anything. Is she trying to sell something? Is she going to hire us? Is there a company behind it? And I was like, no, my friend, this is the essence of a community. This is a community by the developer for the developers. I know the pain when I was looking for mentors and I was not able to get. That's why I'm standing here helping you out so that in future you will go out and you will help others. But for most of the people, it was a alien stuff, and I was getting random questions around it. And one of the questions which I used to get regularly was what you do on meetups. Because getting a person from an online platform to an offline event is very tricky. You need to gain the trust, and especially developers are very hesitant. They feel very shy that how we will go to a random place, sit with random people whom I am going to talk. So what I did is, I got tired of answering this question. I went ahead, I wrote a blog, Medium blog, a day at JSLovers meetup. I mentioned each and everything, that how I start planning a meetup, how I do the research of the topics, how I open the registration form. When you are coming on the day of the meetup, you will find someone welcoming you. They will give you the name tags and how this whole session will go, what kind of food we will serve, and after the meetup is done, how we do the follow-ups. And I put a lot of photos and a video of my meetup too, that this is how it is. As a result, there was a huge positive response in a lot of people started coming without asking questions. Also, this article is now getting shared by other organizers of my city whenever a new member is joining it. So if you are getting questions like this, be ready, do not hesitate, go ahead, write such kind of stuff, put it on your website, your community, because you never know what kind of questions people are coming with. Sponsors, the most interesting and important part of the community. We were not lucky. For one whole year, we were running our meetups by our own salary. We used to pay for our food, our venue, and we used to do the meetups free of cost. I didn't have any experience that how I can reach to sponsors. I have no experience how I can pitch them, so I was not able to do anything. As well as in Delhi NCR, companies were not open for a non-branded meetups or community. So the struggle was very real at the time, but luckily we got our first sponsor. That was a co-working space. We used to have our meetups there. Again, the same question, what are you doing on weekend there? Are you trying to hire people? Do you have any product, and sort of questions? I was explaining the owner of that co-working space, and they were very happy, and what they offered us is you can utilize our space free of cost. And till date, we do our meetups there. So this is how we got our first venue sponsor. After that, we got Microsoft as our official corporate sponsor. That was a big break for us because Microsoft was our first corporate sponsor. They came up with their venue, food, as well as speakers. And this is how we have two categories of sponsor. First is food and venue, and second is knowledge partners, where companies can send their speakers to share knowledge. One thing I learned out of that, sponsors are a two-way relationship. For me, it is not that if someone is sponsoring, I will just say yes. I first evaluate that what value they can add, what value I can add to them. Only then I say yes. Because JSLovers is a community dedicated to developers only. So whenever, if some sponsor is just coming to sell something or pitch something, I just say no, unless and until it is something valuable. Same with me, if I am not able to add any value to their company, my community, I say no. So if you are going to pick any sponsor, please pick it very carefully. It is very important because your members are very smart. They will understand that you have a paid sponsor standing on the stage. So you need to be very careful. I have said no to many sponsors and I don't regret because I know because of that I earned the trust of my members. Few of the sponsors we have are here. Out of that, Amazon, Egghead, Native Scripts are knowledge partner. The good thing is we keep doing a lot of swags, and because of the swags, people also get hooked to us. But it is not that every time they will get swags. This is the most tricky part. This is a surprise factor. So if you are coming to our meetup, for example, this month, you might get or you might not get. So this is always a surprise factor. Collaborations. Collaborations is very, very important. If you try to survive on your own, you will not go long way. You need to learn from and with others. It's very important. So when I started JSLovers, after a few months, there were a lot of people who used to attend our workshop from first event. And one day we just bounced the idea, are you interested in learning something apart from web and JS? And they said yes. So we did an IoT workshop and we got very good response. And I asked for the feedback and they shared that now they feel very happy because they have a skill apart from their primary skill. And they enjoyed it. And after that I realized that yes, it is important. If I am a web developer but I know like Android or IoT, it is a fun. You never know what will become your hobby. So I started doing collaboration with other communities and other technologies. And this helped my members as well as me too as an organizer, because I learned what other organizers are doing, how they are doing. So I was missing the biggest thing, which is code of conduct in my community. While I was doing a collaboration, one of the organizers actually shared with me that you should have a code of conduct in your community, because if someone is actually troubling you, that code of conduct can help you a lot. And then I said, oh yes, I forgot. And this is how I learned it, by doing the collaboration, by meeting new organizers. So please, if you are getting an opportunity of doing collaboration, do it. I'm not scared. A lot of people come to me and say, you are a JavaScript community, why are you doing meetup on XYZ? I was like, because my members are asking for it. They wanted to learn and grow, and so would I. Feedback. Always, always ask for the feedback, because this is what I believe. Feedbacks are your next steps. If JSLovers is able to come through 3 years, it's just because of we worked on feedbacks. If I'm not getting a feedback, I feel that I'm doing literally a very wrong thing. Developers are very shy, especially in Delhi NCR. It's very hard to get feedback. It's very hard to make them talk. So the first thing is language. Most of the developers there assume that their English is not good and all that. So what as an organizer and speaker we do is we make them comfortable in speaking in native language. It's fine if you don't know English, but we know your native language, and we actually promote that let's have a meetup in native language. And when I ask for the feedback, I never ask feedback in direct questions. I always ask with options, so that at least the audience will reply. Like, did you like the location? Yes or no? Would you like to have the repeat event here? Yes or no? How was the food? And so it. And I always close my session with an open thread. If you like this event, please go out, spread the word on social media with your friends in your company. If you don't, please write me a personal email. I will look into it. So you need to ask for the feedback, because feedback will help you a lot in grow. As a result, initially when people were not open to write their feedback on the meetup page, event page, now they're openly going and sharing the feedback on social media. So this is how you have to do it. There would be the moment when people are not doing it, but you need to push them and just keep doing it. What failed? It's not like this that everything is worked in first time. Nope. Lot of things, lot of places where I failed, my ideas failed, and a lot of things failed. Few of the things is a lot of meetups. So the idea was to have a lot of meetup, we will have a lot of members joining us. And as a result, we were doing 3 to 4 meetups in a month, which was so hectic for the organizers as well as for the members, because everyone was busy Monday to Friday in their job, and Sunday coming for the code lab is very tricky. So this doesn't work. So what we started doing is one meetup once in a month. That's it. And that actually helped us a lot. Now people were started looking for that one meetup in a month to meet us. Building the best team. Running a community at such scale is very tricky. It was just me and my co-organizer, and we used to have our full-time job also. So it's like a crazy job. We were doing 2 jobs. I was not able to build the team because we were looking for the best people. And as a result, I was just ending up following with them. But after a few months, I realized I should look for the self-motivated people who understand what it takes to be a part of the committee. And as a result, now we have 5 people who help me in social media, graphics and everything. They take care of each and everything, and I don't need to do any follow-up and anything. They just know because they are self-motivated and they know what they want to do. WhatsApp and Slack group. This is the most asked question. Please have a WhatsApp or Slack group. I left a lot of WhatsApp group just because people used to put all the code on the WhatsApp. And as a result, I got annoyed and I have to drop that group. Slack group, it just get died. You need to be there every time doing moderation, breaking the ice and everything. So it was like I'm running an offline committee and I'm also maintaining an online committee. And every time I have to push the discussion from one place to another. And I was like, this is not done. This is what you asked. You need to run it. I can't be the main person behind that. So these two things doesn't work for me. So I stopped and I kept everything on my platform, which is Meetup. But the second problem, where is diversity? In one of the Meetup, we have few females, and then there's only me. Then there are few females, and then again, it's only me. So I was like in shock because I was hoping that a lot of females will come because a female is the front face, she is running the show, she knows all the pain, she has taken care of everything, but nope, this is not happening. And then I start thinking it is because the problem I am facing with my family, my friends, my society, for them it is much harder because they are just coming to attend an event. They can't explain to their family why they are going on weekend for 8 hours at a XY place just to learn something, because in Delhi NCR, the most of the parents, like my parents, they are like, you have a full settled job, you are getting the salary, that's it. Don't think beyond that. Do not even think of doing something else. So I knew that trouble, and I was like, what I can do about this? How can I make sure that those females are actually knowing that something is happening, they are learning and everything. Meanwhile, there was a girl who attended one of my workshop, Progressive Web App. She reached me on social media. She said she has some doubts. And then I started helping her in making blogs, writing blogs, making videos and everything. And as a result, after 3 months, I get to know that she actually built her first progressive web app. She presented her in college. Her professor liked it. She gave a workshop at her college level. They liked it, and she also got an internship because of that. And she actually messaged me that because you helped and guided me all through on social media by doing videos, blogging and everything, I'm able to do it. And then I realized it's fine if you are not coming to my meetup, but for me it would be very wrong if you are reaching me for asking help online and I'm not doing it. I keep getting a lot of messages from people I have never met, and I'm sure every speaker gets this, that hey, you don't know me, you never met me, but I have seen your video, I have read your blog, it inspired me to do this, that, and actually that is what the community is. And that is how JSLovers is doing. We are now helping everyone who is, especially girls because I'm a girl, sorry, and everyone who is reaching me on social media, on my email that we need help, and I'm helping them out. So guys, if you are a committee organizer, if you are planning to run a committee, it's not just they came into a room and they went, your relation is done. It's also about support and mentoring them after that. Please do it, it will make a lot of difference. As a result, Meetup, on which my group is, they actually invited me 2 months ago in their headquarters in New York to share my story, as well as they also covered my story that how I do a meetup. So good thing also happened with me. I hope this helped you a lot too. If you are an organizer, you get some tips. If you are planning, you get an idea how you have to do it. The important part is never ever give up. This is my mantra. You never know who you are inspiring, guys. You literally never know. When I started, I didn't know I'm actually helping so many people. But when I get messages, I feel so happy that a small idea of running a meetup, now it's reached to this level. Thank you, guys.